So you following what's been coming out so far? Okay. So what we going over right here, Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, this is the sign for the nation of Israel in these last days to understand who they are according to the Bible. Because you won't find terms like African Americans or colored or Afro-American or black in the Bible as a nation of people. The whole Bible is written to who? Miss Pearl, who is the Bible written to? Huh? To the Israelites. Wow. To the Israelites. So the things written in this Bible, they don't belong to any other people but the Israelites. You understand that, Miss Pearl? So watch what God told you, Miss Pearl, because you are Israelite, according to the Bible. Watch what God told you, Miss Pearl, to understand in these last days. Read verse 45.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45.
Yep.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thy be destroyed.
So God said the children of Israel will be cursed, and the curses will pursue them. So curses, are they good or bad? They bad. Generational curses. From generation to generation, God said curses would chase the children of Israel wherever they went. So it don't matter if you hit the lottery and you get to move out of Stop 6, you get to move into North Richland Hills, now you're amongst the white people. Guess what God said you're going to be there right there with you? Curses. Wow. Generational curses. You can't get rich enough, you can't get famous enough. There's nothing you can do to be outside of these curses if your nationality is an Israelite. Because the curses for us breaking God's commandments will pertain to the nation, not just one or two families or one or two people. That's why they call it a generational curse. You pass it down from generation to generation. You inherit the curse. Come on.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So to this day, the reason we are cursed is why?
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
When you look at the so-called black and Hispanic community, we don't listen to God. We don't do anything God said do.
Right.
So God said, because that very reason, you don't obey my word, these curses are going to cleave to you. That's why we are under generational curses. That's why we redlined into the ghetto. That's why we the last hired in the first fire. Because we don't listen to God. And when we go to these Christian churches, they not teaching what God said teach.
Right.
You know what they giving us? They giving us the white man's sermon. They giving us something to control the masses of our people, but not the medicine that God said we need to get out of captivity.
Right.
Read.
To keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee.
And they, the curses, since we didn't listen to God to apply his commandments, these curses, read,
shall be upon thee for a sign.
For what?
For a sign.
A sign does what, Miss Pearl? What does a sign do? What is the job of a sign? Because God said generational curses will be on the children of Israel for a sign. What does a sign do? So, Miss Pearl, if you driving down Interstate 30 and you like, man, I'm hungry, I ain't nothing all day. What's your favorite thing to eat? Vegetables. So you like, I'm gonna go to Whole Foods. A lot of times when you're on the highway, they got that little sign on the side to tell you, if you're looking for food, you can exit here. So, and then you can find food, right? God said when you read through Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, these are the identifying markers or the signs to know who the children of Israel are on the earth. You know what it means? What's your name, bro? Maxwell. You know what it means to wonder on something?
Ponder.
Think about.
Right.
Think about, watch this. This is the definition of wonder. Wonder says a feeling or surprise mingled with admiration caused by something beautiful, unexpected, or unfamiliar. It's unexpected and unfamiliar to our people to hear that they're the children of God, that they are the Israelites.
Right.
I ain't gonna even use that because in society, the children of God has become a generic term. Everybody say they're the children of God. But when you read the Bible, it's only one people group that's the children of God.
Right.
And that's the Israelites. And that's who we are. So it's unfamiliar to our people to hear this. And like the brother Maxwell said, one of the synonyms for wonder is ponder or meditate on. So God said you need to hear these curses in the Bible and meditate. Think about what's being said in the Bible to the children of Israel so you can do what? Reflect on things that's happened in your life, things that's been said to you, things you've been brought through, and all see that those are signs pointing back to God for our people to repent in these last days.
Right.
He said, meditate on these things that I'm going to read in this Bible, that's going to be read to you in the Bible so you can change your ways. That way, when salvation or redemption is sent to the earth, you can be found on the side of God. All right? Read that.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
There I go again, and upon your seed forever. You're going to pass these curses down as long as the nation of Israel as a people are not keeping God's commandments. You're going to pass these curses down. You're going to pass them down to your kids going to pass them down to your grandkids. Generational curses. Read.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart.
And in this society called America, we've never been taught how to serve God with joyfulness and gladness of heart. What goes on in the church on Sunday, that's not serving God. They're not serving God in there. Because in Christianity, they teach us we don't got to keep the commandments of God. Have you ever heard that, Miss Pearl? Of course. What about you, Maxwell?
Yeah, you drinking smoke?
Yeah, I mean, drinking is, there's no, well, I'm going to say this. You can drink, but you're not supposed to get drunk. When you drink to get drunk, that's where the sin lies. But you can't, you're right, you can't smoke. Well, Miss Sally, what about you? Have you ever heard that you don't have to keep God's commandments? You said you never heard that. Okay, so how do we achieve the kingdom of heaven? Because that's the goal in life, right? That's the goal in life. You said what, Maxwell? What you say, Miss Sally? Be reborn, which means what? Make it plain. Like that's your daughter right there? Your granddaughter? If you was explaining born again to your granddaughter, how would you explain to her what being born again means? Okay. You got to get your soul clean by doing what cleanses our soul. I like that answer. What cleanses our soul? Hey, Miss Pearl, you on point. You said what, Miss Sally? You said you was brought up to believe in God. Watch this, Miss Sally. I'm going to answer your question with the word of God. John 15:3. What you got? Yeah, get John 15:3. Then we're going to get Psalms 119:9. Then we're going to get Matthew 19. John 15:3. Watch what Jesus Christ said. Because have you noticed, Miss Sally, when you read the Bible, the letters in red, who is talking? Jesus. So this is what Jesus Christ said. This is John chapter 15, verse 3. The letters are in red. Watch this, Maxwell. What you say, Miss Pearl? Read that.
The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 3. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you.
Read it again.
Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you.
So how do we cleanse our spirit, Miss Sally? Read it again.
Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you.
You see that, Miss Sally? Jesus Christ said you clean through the word which I've spoken unto you. So when he say that, do that mean you just got to hear the Bible? Or you can sit down and read it every day and you're going to be clean? You said no, so what you got to do?
We know that, but
huh?
understand that, right? Most of our
Give me Romans 2:13. You said do a whole lot of praying and what else? All right, watch. I'm gonna make it plain for you right here. That was John chapter 15 and verse 3. Jesus Christ said, "You clean through the words which He spoken unto you." So now we're gonna go to the book of Romans. Paul is going to expound on the point Jesus Christ was making. Read.
The book of Romans, chapter 2 and verse 13. For not the hearers of the law are just before God, but the doers of the law shall be justified.
You see that, Miss Sally? Paul said in the book of Romans, you just not clean by only hearing the word in the physical sense. You got to hear the word and do whatever it says do. He said the doers of the word shall be justified. That's how we justified in the sight of God. We not only pray, not only read our Bible, but we apply the things that's written. That's how we justified in the sight of God.
That's right.
You understand that, Miss Sally?
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 1.
Come on.
Yo.
Children, children.
So this is for the children, because we all got laws, statutes, and commandments that we must abide by. Read.
Obey your parents. Obey your parents.
So we got to be obedient to our parents. That's the role of a child, to obey our parents. Now, the parents got to be teaching what? What should a parent be teaching to the children? What you say, sis? About God? Right, the commandments. That should be the main lessons taught to our children. Right. And not only do we teach in word, we got to teach in action. Because I know a lot of times in the black community and the Hispanic community, your uncle, your mama, your daddy, they might be rolling up a blunt, smoking some weed, and they'll look at you dead in your eyes and say, hey, don't smoke weed. That's hypocrisy. We can't teach like that. We got to be an example. Our actions got to match what we say. Because it's hard for you to guide somebody or teach them if you saying one thing but you doing another. Because the child gonna look at you like, you do it. What you mean I can't do it? So not only do the children gotta obey their parents, us as parents, we gotta be a righteous example. So we can't say one thing and do another. Read.
Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and thy mother, which is the first commandment with promise.
He said, God said this is the first commandment with promise. Meaning what? The promise behind honoring your parents is that you will have a long life. Because God said He gonna kill the disobedient child.
Right.
That disrespect their parents, that dishonor their parents. Because what's not taught in the black and Hispanic community, whether you like what your parents say or not, understand this. It's dishonor. You disrespect yourself when you disrespect your parents. Because God is our parent. And He gave us commandments. So as a nation, when we don't keep the commandments, we disrespecting God.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in